Hi YouTube ladies, I hope everyone is doing just wonderful. I wanted to come back with a short review video on a bag that I recently purchased. I might have two videos today, so if you do notice that I have the same attire on, it is because of that reason. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that, and that way it's not like, oh, she's wearing the same clothing again in another video. Anyhow, I wanted to actually do two videos because I have the time today as well. So let me get started. If you have been watching my channel, you obviously know that I recently purchased a Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the MM size, and it is the azure one in the rose ballerine interior. So I have been using this bag non-stop ever since I did buy it. I currently am using my Speedy in the 25, and I did get this in May of last year, so it is going to be a year already. And so yeah, I started using the Speedy 2 days ago. I was using this one, as I said, nonstop ever since I purchased the bag. And honestly, I purchased the bag to use it as a travel bag. I don't really like big totes for daily use that much, just because they're too big, and I don't really carry that much, to be quite honest with you. But I did want to have a Neverfull in my collection in the azure, just because azure is my favorite pattern. I did buy this bag last year as well, the same exact bag. I ended up returning it like maybe the next day after I purchased the bag, or maybe 2 days later, just because I was kind of still in the fence about the azure. Now I have had azure in the past before, and I had bad luck, so that is why I was on the fence about it. I decided at the time that I wanted to go with something smaller, just to kind of give it a try and see how it goes. So I ended up buying the Speedy, and since it went well, I decided I would get a Neverfull in the azure, just because I love the rose ballerine interior, as you could see. The only thing one of the only things, or one of the things that I could say about this bag is that you really have to be careful with the color transfer, and with the interior being that it is a very light color. I am still scared that I will get color transfer on the corners or on the bottom of the bag, because of the way that it is carried. It is a shoulder bag, and it can rub against your jeans or just your clothing in general. The canvas can rub against the clothing, the jeans, and it can definitely get color transfer, I'm almost sure. That's something that you should be aware of if you are in the market to purchase an azure piece for this spring and summer. However, I went with this one not only because I absolutely love azure, and azure is actually, I would honestly say, from Louis Vuitton, it is my favorite color and pattern. My second favorite would be ebene, and I think I carry, or I have more ebene pieces than anything, just because it is treated leather, and I know that the bags are more protected that way. However, I wanted to really go with a Neverfull, and specific this one, because of the rose ballerine interior. I've had bad luck with other pieces in rose ballerine interior, and I was hopeful that maybe with something that had some rose ballerine, but not too much, not vernis, not something that can probably get color transfer, would probably work best for me. I must say that the interior, it is a very light, it's kind of like a pastel almost, and you do have to be careful, just because you can get it dirty really easily, and I have done that. I ended up using a wipey, a shout, to clean a stain that I thought was mold, and I was even wondering, like, why would I have mold? But it was not mold, it was something else that got on it, and I ended up cleaning it with a shout wipey on the inside. It wasn't too much, and then I used a warm cloth just to kind of remove the extra soap or whatever it is that the shout has, and you cannot tell that I even did that. I I am not saying do that, but I am thinking that it is safe since nothing happened to my bag. I must say that I have already some very, very minor scuffs on the corners. I'm thinking it's just from wearing it and bumping it into everything since it is a larger bag. For me, I think it's great like as a mommy bag or as a travel bag. I wouldn't use it myself as a daily use just because it's big and I honestly don't put that much in these bags. I did use it as a daily use for a while because I wanted it to start getting some sort of patina. However, I did get overwhelmed with it and I put it away, obviously. It does come with a clutch. Honestly, the clutch isn't that big from the inside. It doesn't fit that much. You can put basic stuff like your phone, maybe some car keys, your debit cards, some cash, maybe a lip balm or something like that, but it doesn't really fit much more than that. And if you attempt to, then this will just kind of like wrinkle when you close it. I have a couple things in there, but yeah. So that's my personal opinion. I don't think that it's worth what they're reselling it for. Some people are selling it for $400 or $500. I've seen them for even more. Honestly, it's just not worth it. I think if it comes with a bag, fine. If not, I personally wouldn't pay that much money for this piece just because it doesn't really fit that much. And another thing is this piece really wears off a lot faster than most any other clutch that you could own, just because of the shape and the corners and just the way that it is. You can definitely tell just because mine is already starting to wear off a lot. I've had it 4 weeks now, almost. On Thursday will be for 4 weeks. So yeah, I mean, I think it comes in handy to put some things that you don't want in your bag just rumbling around or that can possibly stay in your bag. I think it's a great idea for that, and that's what I think. But that's just my personal opinion. I think the Neverfull is definitely a great bag. However, my preference would always be a Delightful on a tote. I really wish they had the Delightful in the PM size in the Azure with the rose ballerine interior, but they had none. They only had them in the MM, and honestly, it was just too big for me. So I went with this one just because I really wanted to add something in my collection with Azure bigger and for traveling for spring and summer, since I do travel pretty often. So yes, ladies, that is my review on this bag. I think it's great. I think that, you know, if you are a Neverfull type of person, I would definitely recommend adding a Delightful in the, a Neverfull in the Azure to your collection. I think that in this color with the rose ballerine interior, it just looks great, and I can't wait for it to patina because it's just gonna look more beautiful when it has that beautiful patina with the colors. I think that the combination of the Azure with the rose ballerine and the vachetta leather are perfect together, to be quite honest with you. That is my personal opinion. Again, I love the bag. I think it's gorgeous. I am in love with it just because, like I said, Azure is totally my favorite color. It's still really light. If you have seen my unboxing video, you would be able to tell that it's starting to get a little bit of a very super light patina. Nothing major at all. It still looks new. However, that is a normal process for these bags, and unless you don't like vachetta leather and patina, then I wouldn't recommend it. I absolutely love it. Before, I would be so scared for it to patina and stuff like that, and being that I use a lot of coconut oil lotions because I do wash my hands a lot, I think that it patinas faster. Just to show you, I've had this the beginning of May of last year, so it's been a year since I've had this one, or it's going to be about a year, maybe within the next week, that I bought this bag. It was a Mother's Day gift, and I've been using it a lot. I used it all spring, all summer of last year, or from May all the way to like probably the end of September of last year, and this is the patina that it has. Like I said, I do use a lot of coconut oil lotion, and so yeah, so I think that kind of helped. It is beautiful. It is darker, of course, in the handles than on the other parts. I had a stain here, so it looks darker here. Sorry about my nails, but I have to get them done. So yeah, I mean, that is what happens in time, and as you could see, there is quite a big difference. This is the new, and this is the one that I've had for a year. So I love this piece. I love the azure. I love the Speedy in the 25. To be quite honest with you, it's just my all-time favorite. So yeah, ladies, that is it. I just kind of wanted to update you and do a short review on my beautiful Neverfull in the MM size in the rose ballerine interior. And I hope that you liked my video. Please give me a thumbs up if you have not. Please subscribe if you have not. And I will be seeing you ladies with another video. Hopefully today I can make that other video. Take care, everyone. God bless and goodbye. Ciao.